The scream that ripped through the morning calm could have cracked glass. I glanced up from tending my tulips to spot Susan Reynolds, our HOA president, yanking at the lock on my new fence like a wildcat in a trap. Her cheeks flushed the same crimson as my bespoke checkerboard driveway, the one she tried to label as shared turf just weeks ago. There she was in her fancy bikini and wrap, tote bag slung over her arm, staring at the barred path that had been her go-to shortcut to the neighborhood pool. I dipped back to my flowers, letting a tiny grin slip. Revenge? Sometimes it's as cheap as a $20 lock from the depot. Call me Mark Thompson, a 42-year-old ex-Marine who'd clocked 15 years in the Corps of Engineers. After all that chaos overseas, I figured suburbia in Willow Creek Estates would be my quiet haven. I snagged this prime corner plot for its wraparound driveway, shelling out an extra $12,000 for those red checkerboard bricks, a nod to my old unit's emblem. It hugged the edge of HOA green space with a trail to the communal pool, but every square inch was mine, per the surveys. Susan Reynolds had crashed the scene 2 years before me, turning her board seat into a dictatorship at 53. She ruled like a queen, bending bylaws to her whims while her silent hubby faded into the wallpaper and her grown kids showed up only for turkey dinners. Her hobbies? Stalking lawns with a tape measure and snapping pics of Ben's curbside after lunch. Our first run-in, she lectured me on my U-Haul lingering 2 minutes past curfew. I brushed it off, figuring live and let live, but boy, was that naive. Trouble brewed 6 months in. I heard those sharp heels clacking on my bricks from my home office. Out she was, clipboard in hand, snapping shots like a paparazzo. "What's this?" I asked, stepping out. With that fake honey tone, she declared my driveway a code breaker. The checkerboard clashed with the uniform aesthetic, and worse, it supposedly nibbled into HOA land. "It might baffle ambulances or deliveries," she added, though how red grids trump plain gray and confusion beat me. I countered that the builder greenlit it pre-sale, permits and all. She shrugged. "Boards can revoke old nods if they're troublesome." When I flat out refused to rip it up for concrete, her mask cracked. "We handle rebels," she hissed, grinding her stilettos into my bricks as she stormed off. Next dawn, an orange ticket slapped my door, $200 for unauthorized street-visible changes. Peel it off? Another lurked beneath for hazard creation. By Friday, fines hit $1,000 on a driveway older than my deed. But that was kid stuff. Susan began treating my path like her red carpet to the pool, strutting through at 9:30 sharp in her swim gear, sometimes scraping lounge chairs across the surface. My no trespassing sign vanished by dusk against signage regs. Confront her? Official inspections for that encroachment. She'd smirk, even parading board pals like it was a sideshow. One day, she waved a mower truck onto my bricks for nearby maintenance, sniping. It's HOA bound soon anyway, adapt. It peaked when she pushed a board motion to grab my strip as an essential easement for pool access, demanding I foot the bill to swap my bricks for bland slabs. "Think of the value boost," she sneered. Meeting in 30 Daisy lawyered up with Emily Carter, HOA dispute pro. She dug up county maps. My line was crystal, with the builder plotting extra driveway space on purpose. HOA turf stopped 3 feet shy. Bonus? Bylaw 12.4 nailed false boundary claims with ouster and fee liability. We got a surveyor staking neon flags. Then I cammed every Susan Stomp Twice daily crossings, mid-brick chats, even her bragging about bench plans on her future spot. Report ready, attorney primed. I struck while she visited kin. Pros fenced my line with wrought iron beauty, auto gate at the drive, locked pedestrian 1 by the trail. All county blessed, HOA compliant. Susan's Monday return? Nuclear. She found her route sealed, unleashing a tirade that echoed blocks. My phone blew up 17 calls in 60 minutes, voicemails ranting illegal blockade and vowing lawsuits to ruin me. I archived them for Emily, who was stacking a harassment dossier. By lunch, emergency board meet at the clubhouse standing room only, gossip wildfire. Susan commanded the mic, veins bulging, blasting my spiteful barrier as a community chokehold, painting me the villain blocking our amenities. Eyes on me, I laid out surveys, deeds, blueprints. This is mine, always was. Emily hammered home. Susan's seizure bid was bogus. Emails from her past fights proved she knew the lines. "This is bullying, trespass, maybe fraud," Emily thundered, waving bylaw 12.4. "Back her, and you're liable too." Board squirmed like worms on hooks. Chair William Hayes, that soft-spoken pensioner, called recess. Huddle time. They eyed Susan, isolated and fuming. "Back in. Fines nuked, easement trashed, apology issued." But the crowd boiled over. Lisa Patel rose. "No confidence in Susan. Power abuse. Lies. Risking us all legally." Seconded fast. Despite Susan's procedural shrieks, William greenlit the vote. Tallies: 87 to 12 boot. Her jaw dropped, pallor ghostly as defeat hit. Fallout. Cease and desist barred her antics. Now she detours 3 blocks to swim, eyeballing my checkerboard daily. It stung. She switched to 5:30 a.m. Dips to dodge me. I synced my sprinkler runs, waving merrily as she huffed by. Twist? Her bid for fancy driveway tiles? New board axed at 4. Uniformity breach. Her own weapon turned. Denial letter in hand. She went volcanic, hues rivaling my bricks. I capped it with a brass sign by the gate. Private property. Double-checked. Subtle sting. Susan's crusade tab? $15,000 in lawyer bills, plus $8,000 HOA reimbursement demand. Her invoice meltdown drew cop, calls 3 neighbors worried. Officer Ramirez coaxed her inside mid-rant on conspiracies. In a world where HOAs wield godlike power over homes, this showdown sparked whispers. Was Susan a tyrant deservedly dethroned, or a victim of rebel overreach? Lines blur when personal turf clashes with community good, but crossing mine? That's where empires crumble.